different numbers. Would anyone like to volunteer to add those up for us? To remind us how to add these up? Okay, thank you, Brian. Go ahead. The first one, 5 plus 2 plus 3.
5 plus 2.
Okay, I start with 5 plus 2. What does 5 plus 2 equal?
7.
7. Okay, and then what do I do next?
7 plus 3.
Good, and what is 7 plus 3? You have 7, 3 more makes it
10.
10. Very good. Thank you, Brian. 5 plus 2 plus 3 equals 10. Good. Okay, let's go ahead and do the next one. Would anyone like to volunteer to do 0 plus 8 plus 1? Okay, go ahead, Hannah. 0 plus 8 equals
8.
8. Okay, and then what do I do next?
8 plus 1.
Equals
9.
good. 0 plus 8 plus 1 equals 9. Good, thank you. Okay, the last one, 4 plus 2 plus 7. What about this one? Okay, go ahead, Lyric. Oh, unmute. Okay.
Can I go for 2?
4 plus 2, and that equals 6. 4 plus 2 is 6. Okay, and then I add,
And 9 to 2.
plus 7, 6 plus 7,
7.
and it equals remember 6 plus 6 is 12, so one more, 13. 6 plus 7 is 13, yes. Okay, so this is just a review how to add 3 numbers. You always start with your first 2 when you write the answer, and then connect it to your last number, and then that completes the entire fact. Okay, so we also learned how to add double digits, 38 plus 21. Would anyone like to remind us how to add when we have double digits, 38 plus 21? Okay, thank you, Solomon. Guys, no one is really participating today. What's going on? Are we tired this morning? Is it because it's Monday morning? Okay, I'll give a little bit of minutes to warm up, but I need people to participate, okay? I need you to raise your hand to answer the facts, okay? All right, go ahead, Solomon. 38 plus 21.
9.
Oh, can you explain?
8 plus 1 is 9.
Yes, start with your back numbers. 8 plus 1 is 9. Okay, what do I do now?
Front numbers.
Okay, 3 plus 2 equals
5.
5. All right, next I have 16 plus 43. Would anyone who did not go like to add 16 plus 43 for us? Okay, thank you, Harlem.
Miss Flutis, do I need my math book?
Not at the moment.
8?
9. 6 plus 3 is 9. You were close. Okay, and now the front numbers. 1 plus 4 is 5. Good. 59. Okay, so we've learned how to add double-digit numbers, and so today we will learn how to subtract double-digit numbers. So if you look here, I have the 2 digits, and I'm going to subtract it. So it's pretty much the same thing as adding, except we're subtracting. So just like you did whenever you added, you always start with the back numbers, put your answer, move to your front numbers, and put your answer. Like I said, the only thing that makes it different is now we are subtracting instead of adding. Remember, subtracting means to take away. You are losing some. So I have 65 minus 32. So again, everything stays the same. I start with the back two numbers, which are 5 minus 2, and that equals 3. And then I go to the front numbers, which is 6 minus 3, and that equals 3. So that gives me an answer of 33 cents, okay? So this is what we'll be practicing this week, and you will see this in your book, subtracting two-digit numbers. We know how to add them. Now we will learn how to subtract them. All the steps stay the same. Start with the back, move to the front. All you have to pay attention to is your symbol, whether it's an addition symbol, which is the plus sign, or it's a subtraction symbol, which is the minus sign, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put a few more up so we can just practice subtracting a little bit. Okay, so I have 98 minus 52. 98 minus 52. So again, I always start with the back numbers, which would be 8 minus 2, and that equals 6. Then I always subtract the front numbers, 9 minus 5, and that equals 4. It gives me a total of 46 cents, okay? I'm sure this is super easy because it's the same thing. Like I said, it's only we're subtracting, okay? Let me put another one up. Okay, I have 89 minus 17. Okay, would anyone like to subtract this one for us? Okay, go ahead, Solomon. Thank you so much for participating. 89 minus 17. Start with the back. 9 minus 7 equals 2. Okay, I go to the front. Then 8 minus 1 equals 7. Good. 72 cents. Okay, steps are the same. Start with the back, go to the front. Okay, so if you have a loose leaf paper nearby, I'll write one that I want you to practice on your loose leaf paper. Just to make sure that everyone kind of understands, because apparently everyone is not raising their hand. So,
I don't have one.
Well, you can go get one when you have time. Alright, so I have 76 minus 45. Go ahead and practice this one. We are subtracting 76 minus 45.
Minus 5 equals 1.
Okay, so start with the back. 6 minus 5 is 1. Now I move to the front.
7 minus 4 equals 3.
Good, thank you. 31 cents. Did those who worked it out, did you get 31 cents as your answer?
Yes.
That was the answer, 31 cents. Good. Okay, so tomorrow in our books, we'll kind of work on a page that has a little bit of, so if you got 100, that's probably because you added. Yeah. You have to subtract. The minus sign, that means to take away, to subtract. Okay, and just remember to start with the back numbers and then go into the front, because when you learn how to carry over or you learn how to trade, you have to know the process to start with the back numbers. So always start with the back, okay? Don't begin with the front numbers. Like I said, when you start to carry over, if you start learning the front way, it'll confuse you when it comes to carrying. All right? So we have one more part of our math lesson we'll learn. So we'll learn our last set of coins on this week. So we've learned pennies, which are worth 1 cent, dimes, which are worth 10 cents, nickels, which are worth 5 cents. So we will now learn the last coin, which are quarters. Has anyone seen a quarter before? Or do you have a quarter? Yeah? No? Maybe so? Okay. All right. So anyway, these are quarters here, and this is what a quarter looks like. The quarter is usually the easiest to identify because it's usually your biggest coin out of all the 4 that we just named: pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters. Quarters will be the smallest. We already discussed that quarters will be the biggest. We already discussed that dimes are the smallest and quarters are the biggest. But inside of your book, whenever you have quarters, it'll be just quarters by itself. You won't combine the quarters with other coins just yet. 1 quarter is worth a total of 25 cents. So that means whenever you have quarters, you have to count by what's called 25s, which that's what I will show you how to count by 25s. So a quarter, this is what it looks like. So of course, on the front, this is the man. It says, "In God we trust," liberty, and then always remember on the back of the coin, it always tells you what coin it is. And so this one, if you look at the bottom here, it says $quarter, and that's to let you know that this is a quarter. A quarter is 25 cents, and it says quarter dollar because 4 quarters makes $1. That's why it's saying this is 1/4 of a full dollar. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at how to count by quarters. All right, so if you learn the pattern, it'll be super easy when it comes to counting quarters. Now, quarters, most of the time when we count quarters, we will go above $1. Most of the coins we've been counting, we usually stop at $1. We'll do like 97 cents or something like that. But when it comes to quarters, you will go above $1 because the more quarters you have, the higher amount of money you have. And then you start to go into the dollar bills instead of cents, or the dollar amounts instead of cents. So this is the quarter pattern. 25, 50, 75, $1. That's the 25 pattern. 25, 50, 75, $1. Every time you count with quarters, that's the pattern. Again, 25, 50, 75, $1, or whichever dollar you're moving on to. So say if I did all of this, I have $1, and now I'm in $1, I have to reset it and say $1.25, $1.50, $1.75, and then I go to the next dollar, which is $2. But I still kept the same pattern of 25, 50, 75, the next dollar. That's always the pattern when you're counting quarters. 25, 50, 75, $1. 25, 50, 75, $1. So I have $1.25, $1.50, $1.75, $2. Then I would say $2.25, $2.50, $2.75. Then I go to the next dollar, which would be $3. And I just keep going. $3.25, $3.50, $3.75, $4. Do you see how I kept the 25, 50, 75, $1 pattern? Does everyone see that on the board? How you can see it? 25, 50, 75, $1. That's the pattern that you use whenever you are counting by 25s. 25, 50, 75, $1. 25, 50, 75, $1. If you remember that pattern, it'll be super easy to count with quarters because it's only 4 numbers that you have to remember. Really 3 because the 4th one is the next dollar. But if you remember 25, 50, 75, $1, that will help you when counting quarters. Whether it's $3, you say $3.25, $3.50, $3.75, $4, and you just keep the pattern going like that. Okay, does anyone need to write this down so that you can remember the pattern? After you are finished writing your quarters, that is how to count quarters, that is it for our math lesson today.